Hi. Information on antique Victorian armchairs. The Victorian period occurred from 1837 to 1901 and marks the reign of Queen Victoria. Gothic architecture reigned, ornate wood-carved armchairs became popular and comfort arose as a new idea in seating. Known for their eclectic tastes, the Victorians incorporated all manner of previous furniture styles. Early Victorian style. The very first style of furniture called Victorian is identified as Gothic Revival, 1840 to 1865. Designs drew inspiration from the architecture of cathedrals, and armchairs often had soaring backs, a pointed Gothic arch at the top of the back panel and fretwork incorporated at the back, sides and base of the chairs. Legs were turned, ornate affairs, with the apron usually just as ornate and upholstered seats, backs and arms. Rococo Revival. The Rococo Revival period, 1845 to 1860, occurred right before the American Civil War and ushered in the idea of naturalism and romanticism. Furniture became a curving, rolling representation of nature incorporating carved fruit, leaves and flowers. Armchairs began showing balloon-shaped upholstery backs encased in ornate carved frames and made of rosewood, walnut and mahogany. Popular parlor sets included matching armchair, settees and tables. The Renaissance. From 1855 to 1875, the Renaissance Revival period reigned. This style focused on the Italian Renaissance and the ideals of classical proportion and symmetry. Armchairs were a special favorite because the arms afforded the designers a place to display classical figures of caryatids, draped female figures that stood as columns, animal heads and scrolls. Armchairs featured more padding than before, and upholstery became a more prominent feature of their design. Revival style continues. The neoclassical revival style concurred with the second half of the Renaissance revival style, from 1865 to 1875. Armchair styles moved away from the curved look of the Renaissance revival style to the straight and linear lines of ancient Greece and Rome. Subject matter for decorative motifs focused on cherubs, fluting, urns and dolphins. Upholstery began to be pared down to visually conform with the more linear style, and padding on the arms began to fall by the wayside. Eastlake Victorian. A rebellion began against the ornate and excessive decorative style of the Victorians during the period of 1870 to 1885. The design sensibilities of Charles Eastlake and William Morris began an American movement away from the ornate English Victorian styles. Upholstery disappeared from the arms of armchairs but remained along the back and seat in a much more reserved manner. The curving, bubble-backed features of earlier styles leave Eastlake-style armchairs and the focus shifts to craftsmanship and linear forms. Wood details are incised as opposed to deep carving. Late Victorian. The latter years of the Victorian era saw the revival of many previous styles and the addition of the Art Deco style. Art Deco, 1890 to 1914, outlasted the Victorian era. Its armchairs and wood furniture were often custom-made and bore little resemblance to the earlier styles without the ornate carving and with upholstery only on the seats. Art Deco had its strongest influence on accessories, fabrics and graphic design rather than armchairs and furniture. Thanks for watching.